This is an interesting segment for us, and one that we thought that you would enjoy. It's time for Can We All Just Get Along? This time we're talking about precious metals. A small island in the Pacific Ocean is the site of a huge discovery that could change Japan's economic future for the foreseeable future. Within 16 million tons of mud, there was a massive semi-finite, infinite store of rare earth minerals. These rare earth minerals contain elements that can be used to make high-tech devices like smartphones, missile systems, camera lenses, and hybrid vehicles. Researchers are calling the site semi-infinite because it has the potential to supply these materials to the world on a semi-infinite basis. The discovery means that Japan will now be in command of the largest supply of these minerals, taking away the ability from China, which is the current holder of many of these minerals. Now it's shifting to Japan. And now Japan will now have the ability to control price. This is big news. Let's talk about it. Now, I think you're like, Richard, why? So this matters. We've spent a lot of time on this show defending Trump's steel tariff because China, for decades, have used their prowess and their economic growth to back up their steel industry, functionally dumping steel on the world. China is also the holder of some of these precious metals, these rare earth minerals that are used to develop smartphones, that are used to develop hybrid vehicles, that are used to develop missile delivery systems. And because of that, they've been able to control price. Another arena where China is able to control price and dictate the marketplace. But now, thanks to this new discovery in the Pacific Ocean, Japan will now be able to control price. Now, I'm going to tell you why that's important to the world economy in just a second, but let me give you some more details on this precious material. So the 16 million tons of material that could contain 780 years worth of yttrium. Yeah, it's almost like what they had in the movie the Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, right? 620 years worth of yttrium. This is why I'm not a geologist, America. In other words, according to the paper, it has the potential to supply the materials to the world on a semi-infinite basis. Now, this was all published by the Natural Publishing Group Scientific Research. Now, here's what we know to be true today. China currently holds a tight grip on many of these rare materials, controlling 95% of the globe of these materials. 95%. That means the world owns 5%. China owns 95%, meaning that China is the world monopoly of these rare materials. But thanks to this new discovery of this 16 million tons of material, now Japan can own some of that market share. Now, because Japan is not only a democracy, but it believes in capitalism, this will free up this market to the hands of capitalism, which what should happen here is this. It should cause the automatic decrease in the price of these rare materials. Now, what that means for you at home, these doohickeys, over time, you should begin to see a decrease in the price of cell phones, of hybrid vehicles, because the materials used to make them are the input materials, or the materials that go to the upstream firm, will be less, because no longer is a communist country and a communist government controlling price. Now, price will be controlled by two foreign entities. One foreign entity that believes in capitalism and believes in democracy, and another foreign entity that is communist. You see what's happening here? You smell what I'm cooking? So China's abuse, economic abuse, on various scales, on various different issues, now will all come to a head. Now, here's the question. The question for the world and the world economy is, how do we leverage this new discovery to help free up China? Far too long have we waited on the WTO and the World Trade Organization to sanction China and fine China for their bad behavior. Far too long has that been the case. And the results have always been, oh, okay, China's bad, let's slap them on the wrist and let's keep it moving. And China continues to engage in this bad behavior. With Japan now controlling some of these resources, this gives the world the ability. Now, is the world going to do it and the world having the ability are two different things. But now the world has the ability, America, to say, hold up, China. Now we have your card. Because you used to have 95% control of these rare earth minerals. Now you don't. That means you can no longer set prices. That means other foreign entities, other global corporations, other multinational corporations will be players here. And they'll also have the ability to set price. And if they'll have the ability to set price, no matter what, when there is a battle, economics 101, when there is a battle over price, the price goes down. Anybody who tells you that, oh, we're having a battle over price and the price goes up, they're wrong. Because in a marketplace, if you're trying to battle over like who can charge a higher price, the person who charges a lower price always is going to win. Right? That's why OPEC for so long tried to maintain a stranglehold on the world's oil economy. And they understood that when oil prices got too low, they had to decrease their supply. Because when they reduced their supply, they could stabilize price. Because they had a good chunk of the world's oil. And then we started to discover oil in other places like Canada. Because of that, we have now seen the price of oil overall stabilize, but it stabilized and went down. Stability usually means the price is going to go down. Now, I'm pretty sure there's some smart-ass economist who's going to tell me that I'm wrong. But in most likelihoods, having more people, more players in the marketplace will ensure that prices go down. And it will ensure that consumers, you and I, globally, we get better bang for our buck. Because these Chinese corporations, backed by the Chinese Communist government, that are producing and harvesting these rare minerals are now going to have to compete with a fiercer marketplace where Japan now has 16 million tons of this material. And trust me, Japan's came to play. And Japan's open for business. And so there's going to be a lot of global multinational corporations that are saying, hold on, we're in, we want to play, we want to play, we want to play. And now China is going to be in a world of hurt. A little bit of geography. Okay, this huge patch of minerals is in the deep sea mud, lies near Minamitori Island, a small island of 1,200 kilometers or 790 miles off the coast of Japan. Even though the island is more than 1,000 miles away from the Japanese capital, it's still technically part of Tokyo, in the village of Ogasawara, and falls within Japan's economic borders. Thus, it is open for business.